Good morning. I hope this is working. Yeah. Well, if it's working, it's working. If it's not, you'll let me know eventually. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to the channel. My name's Brian. If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for dropping by. If you're returning, love you guys. Or on the replay, thanks for your time and your attention, I guess. My name's Brian, as I said. I'm a poet, and this channel is all about poetry. My poetry, but also other people's. And on this particular show, what I do is I take old poetry and I plug it into the bum 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 dreaded AI. Yes, in this case, a music AI, and it spits out two tracks, and we do a compare and contrast. So if you like that idea, please note that everything we do here is under fair use and in the public domain. And besides, I think it's pretty cool. And also, if you're not subscribed, please, it doesn't take much, and it, shows a little bit of support to the channel. And make sure you're subscribed, liked, and all that stuff. Because, the algorithms love engagement. Hey, Miriam, how is it going? How is your afternoon? This morning has been a morning. It's Monday, and that's all I'm going to say about that at the moment. I got my coffee. I got my Xenu Marlene. And I got music. At least it's some Trinity. So, no, not that one. Not that one. What do we got on store for the morning? For this Monday, I need to, gotta make sure this, don't get ahead of yourself now, Brian. Everything in its own time, as they say. Everything in its own time. They say a lot of stuff, but I've always wondered who they are. All right. Hey, Fat Grimmy, you're just in time for and also Hals, you guys are just in time for the agenda for today, because, everybody's got an agenda, and some people suck more than others. So here, what we're going to do today, we are going to listen to two songs made from this guy's stuff. This Jones Very. Hopefully it's going to be very cool. Bad pun there. The Dead. Then, someone I didn't think I'd ever feature on this program, Henry David Thoreau, who, this is an old corny joke, who I love thoroughly. Oh, so corny. This is called Tall Ambrosia. Then we got to hear Thomas Buchanan and too many hats. And we got The Brave at Home by Thomas Buchanan Reed. We got Bedouin Song by James. All right, I'm back. I should be back. Bedouin Song by James Bayard. Yes, it's Monday. James Bayard Taylor. Hi, dad joke. Yeah. Haha, dad joke. Yeah. A literary dad joke. Bad pun. Anyways. Where is it? Paul Hamilton Hayes, A Phantom in the Clouds. And then finally, Tampa Robbins by Sidney Lanier. So, without any further yakking and yawn from me, let me stop sharing that. We'll go, yes. Hi, Hals. How's it going? Well, I'm glad you're here from the beginning, too. And, of course, Mona, how is it going? Gotta love the dad jokes, especially literary ones. And here is the link to this one. Let me get the chat overlay back up here. There's that. So here we go with there. Go here. Oh yeah, dead air. Don't we love it? All right, The Dead version 1. Here we go.
I see them crowd on crowd, they walk the earth. Dry leafless trees, no autumn wind laid bare. And in their nakedness find cause for mirth. And all unclad would winter's rudeness dare. No sap doth through their clattering branches flow. When springing leaves and blossoms bright appear, their hearts the living God have ceased to know. Who gives the springtime to expectant year? They mimic life as if from him to steal his glow of health, to paint the livid cheek. They borrow words for thoughts they cannot feel, that with a seeming heart their tongue may speak. And in their show of life, more dead they live than those that to the earth with many tears they give.
Oh, that was pretty cool. I don't know about you, but I kind of liked it. Kind of somber for a Monday morning, but hey, it's Monday. What do y'all think? While y'all do that, while y'all figure out what y'all think about it, I'm going to play the second version. This is 4 minutes long, and I got to take some dogs out, so I'll be right back.
they walk the earth. Dry, leafless trees, no autumn wind laid bare, and in their nakedness find cause for mirth. And all unclad would winter's rudeness dare. No sap doth through their clattering branches flow. When springing leaves and blossoms bright appear, their hearts the living God have ceased to know, who gives the springtime to the expectant year. They mimic life as if from him to steal his glow of health, to paint the livid cheek. They borrow words for thoughts they cannot feel, that with a seeming heart their tongue may speak. And in their show of life more dead they live than those that to the earth with many tears they give. No sap doth through their clattering branches flow. When springing leaves and blossoms bright appear, they mimic life as if from him to steal his glow of health, to paint the livid cheek. They borrow words for thoughts they cannot feel, that with a seeming heart their tongue may speak. And in their show of life more dead they live than those that to the earth with many.
It cut us off. That's what it does at 4 minutes. So, do you think I should heavy that one up? You know, we like a good Black Sabbath treatment around here. At least I do. What do you think? I like number 1. I don't know about number 2. I think we might be hearing that one in a different genre sometime soon. Oh, and considering it's that, so, yes, yeah, it was pretty. So, who else we got here? Hey, Jojo. Yes, and I've already had my banana for this morning, so thanks for joining. Actually, Phil would eat it. I don't know. My dogs are weird. Phil loves bananas. The other two don't. So, where are we off to now? We are off to La La Land. No, we are off to the Tall Ambrosia. Classic rock? Maybe. Let me put some notes here first. All right. we are doing the second one here. Here we go. Copy here. Paste here. All right, so this is the second one, or the next one here. The rose, tall ambrosia. Tall ambrosia. Version 1. Oh, and this is wow. This one's 4 minutes. And then the next one's 3 minutes and 59 seconds. So it's, geez, lots of 4 minutes on this. Wow. What's Suno up to?
I see them crowd on crowd, they walk the earth. Dry, leafless trees, no autumn wind laid bare, and in their nakedness find cause for mirth, and all unclad would winter's rudeness dare. No sap doth through their clattering branches flow. Among the signs of autumn I perceive the Roman wormwood, ambrosia elacior, food for gods. For to impartial science the humblest weed is as immortal once as the proudest flower.
Sprinkles its yellow dust over my shoes as I cross the now neglected garden. We trample underfoot the food of gods and spill their nectar in each drop of dew.
My honest shoes, fast friends that never stray,
Far from my couch, thus powdered countrified, bearing many a mile the marks of their adventure. At the post house disgrace, the gallant gloss of those well-dressed ones who no mourning do, nor Roman worm would ever have been through, who never walk but are transported rather. For what old crime of theirs I do not gather.
ambrosia lania, boy, called by a man, ever have been through, who never walk but are transported rather. For what
Okay. I have a dog to go get. So I'll be right back. Ugh.
leafless trees, no autumn wind laid bare, and in their nakedness find cause for mirth, and all unclad would winter's rudeness dare. No sap doth through their clattering branches flow. Among the signs of autumn I perceive the Roman wormwood, called by learned men Ambrosia lacior, food for gods, for to impartial science the humblest weed is as immortal once as the proudest floor sprinkles its yellow dust over my shoes as I cross the now neglected garden. We trample underfoot the food of gods and spill their nectar in each drop of dew. My honest shoes, fast friends that never stray, far from my couch, thus powdered countrified, bearing many a mile the marks of their red rapture. At the post house disgrace the Gallic gloss of those well-dressed ones who know morning dew, nor Roman wormwood ever have been rude, who never walk but are transported thither. For what old crime of theirs I do not gather. Oh no, crime of third I do not gather.
Bear with me for 1 minute. All right. I thought there's something weird about that. I don't know. It has too many words. I'll have to figure that one out. Too many words. Oh, so what did y'all think of that? Oh, let's go on here. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yes. Are you starting to get that's coming up? Although you're oh, be careful. Oh, I spent yesterday evening watching Streets and Jessica Palmadessa, their coverage of the madness there, and Matt. I don't know. I'm wanting to go out there and visit. But I don't know. Chinese curse. You live in interesting times. Well, we're definitely living in interesting times. I wish they'd stop for a while because there's other interesting stuff around, like this one here, Brave at Home, I'm going to check something right quick to make sure that oh, okay, yeah, because it's Monday morning, and I've been up too long already.
The maid who binds her warrior sash with smile that well her pain dissembles, the while beneath her drooping lash one starry teardrop hangs and trembles, though heaven alone records the tear, and fame shall never know her story. Her heart has shed a drop as dear as it bedewed the field of glory. The wife who girds her husband's sword mid little ones who weep or wonder, and bravely speaks the cheering word. What though her heart be rent asunder, doomed nightly in her dreams to hear the bolts of death around him rattle, hath shed as sacred blood as ever was poured upon the field of battle. The mother who conceals her grief, while to her breast her son she presses, then breathes a few brave words and brief, kissing the patriot brow she blesses, with no one but her secret God to know the pain that weighs upon her, sheds holy blood as ere the sun received on freedom's field of honor.
That was kind of depressing. Of course, it is a Monday morning. I guess I'll just blame it on the book I got it out of. Oh. Yes, all will go as planned. I did not watch what the Laura and Audit LA thing last night. How was that? Indeed. Lots of FOMO. Fear of missing out. All right, let's see here. Maybe the second one. Oh. Today's show is weird. Like I said, it is Monday. Here we go.
The maid wind dissembles the while beneath her drooping lash. One starry teardrop hangs and trembles, though heaven alone records the tear, and fame shall never know her story. Her heart has shed a drop as dear as air bedewed the field of glory.
The wife who girds her husband's sword mid little ones who weep or wonder, and bravely speaks the cheering word. What though her heart be rent asunder, doomed nightly in her dreams to hear the bolts of death around him rattle, hath shed his sacred blood as air was poured upon the field of battle. The mother who conceals her grief, while to her breast her son she presses, then breathes a few brave words and brief, kissing the patriot brow she blesses, with no one but her secret God to know. The pain that weighs upon her sheds holy blood as ere the sun received on freedom's field of honor. The mother who conceals her grief, while to her breast her son she presses, then breathes a few brave words and brief, kissing the patriot brow she blesses, with no one but her secret God to know. The pain that weighs upon her sheds holy blood as ere the sought received on freedom's field of honor.
Oh no, it should have kept with the same, with either the same narrator, same, starts with a female voice and then finishes up. No, I might have to redo that one too. Like I said, today's show has been weird. We kind of like weird around here. But I don't know. Like, it's Monday though. So, in the meantime, don't forget, everything we do here is under the Fair Use Act and stuff, and public domain and all that. And like and subscribe and all that stuff. We're supposed to be begging for that stuff, I guess. I don't know. All right, we are going to continue on with this one, Edwin's song. According to the little write-up here, it's an erotic one. Well, no. An ardent declaration of love set in the erotic landscape of the desert. So yes, if you click on that link, this link here. Oh, and where are my manners? I am so sorry. Good afternoon, Joe. Thank you for listening while you're working. Listen while you work. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Okie dokie. All right, so Bedouin Song. Both of these are 4 minutes long, so I don't know. Are these going to be cool and cut us off? Who knows?
From the desert I come to thee, on a stallion shod with fire, and the winds are left behind in the speed of my desire. Under thy window I stand, and the midnight hears my cry. I love thee, I love but thee, with a love that shall not die. Till the sun grows cold and the stars are old, and the leaves of the judgment book unfold. Look from thy window and see my passion and my pain. I lie on the sands below, and I faint in thy disdain. Let the night winds touch thy brow with the heat of my burning sigh, and melt thee to hear the vow of a love that shall not die. Till the sun grows cold and the stars are old, and the leaves of the judgment book unfold. My steps are nightly driven by the fever in my breast, to hear from thy lattice breathe the word that shall give me rest. Open the door of thy heart and open thy chamber door, and my kisses shall teach thy lips the love that shall fade no more. Till the sun grows cold and the stars are old, and the leaves of the judgment book unfold. My steps are nightly driven by the fever in my breast, to hear from thy lattice breathe the word that shall give me rest. Open the door of thy heart and open thy chamber door, and my kisses shall teach thy lips the love that shall fade no more. Till the sun grows cold and the stars are old, and the leaves of the judgment book unfold, and the leaves of the judgment book unfold.
It had to cut us off right there. Yeah, I'll be redoing that one in 4.5. Do a little cover. Definitely. That was pretty good. I'm glad you like starting your mornings with me, because I like starting my mornings with me. Oh, it's a Monday. Uh, hey, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. Yes, it's still early there for you guys. But early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. The wealthy part, no, I don't know. Oh, and how y'all doing? How's it going? Perfect tune to listen to while working. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Like I said, I'm probably going to run that through 4.5 and do a cover, because that's how I did. If it sounds cool and it cuts us off like that, I'll go through, do a cover with the 4.5 and see what comes up. Maybe I'll put a little, do this or whatever. That's how, it's all part of the process. And speaking of the process, let's just get on with the process of playing the next song. Bedouin song. This is another 4-minute one. Part 2. Number 2.
From the desert I come to thee, on a stallion shod with fire, and the winds are left behind in the speed of my desire. Under thy window I stand, and the midnight hears my cry. I love thee, I love but thee, with a love that shall not die, till the sun grows cold and the stars are old, and the leaves of the judgment book unfold. Look from thy window and see my passion and my pain. I lie on the sands below, and I faint in thy disdain. Let the night winds touch thy brow with the heat of my burning side, and melt thee to hear the vow of a love that shall not die, till the sun grows cold and the stars are rolled, and the leaves of the judgment book unfold. My steps are nightly driven by the fever in my breast, to hear from thy lattice breathe the word that shall give me rest. Open the door of thy heart, and open thy chamber door, and my kisses shall teach thy lips the love that shall fade no more, till the sun grows cold and the stars are rolled, and the leaves of the judgment book unfold. And pull, confold.
this show's been weird. Good morning, Amy. Nice of you to join us. Yeah, it's after, but aren't you a late riser anyways most of the time, Joe? Okay. That one was pretty good. If you look at my notes here, all question marks. Because you can see I usually go, okay, here I go, this one's cool, or all question marks. I said, this is a weird show today. I guess it's just Monday. All right, so we are on to the next to the last poem here. All right. Let me paste this here so y'all can get the text. This is Paul Hamilton Hayne, A Phantom in the Clouds. I've been up for several hours too, and just because I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. I'm used to being up about 5 in the morning anyways. It does me good, you know, because I can make sure the show is ready and stuff. A Phantom in the Clouds here, version 1. Paul Hamilton Hayne.
All day the blast with furious ram and roar sweeps the gaunt hilltops, piles the vapors high, throw infinite distance up the tortured sky, till to one nurtured on the ocean shore, it seems with eyes half shut to hill and moor, the anguished sea waves multitudinous cry, it changes deepening Christ, oh agony doth some doomed spirit on these wild winds outpour. At last a lull, stirred by slow wafts of air, when low o'er dismal wastes of stormy wreck, cloud rots and awful form and face abhorred. Thine Iscariot, smitten by mad despair, with lurid eyeball strained and writhing neck, round which is coiled a blood-red phantom cord.
Sorta. Everything around me is weird. I am so sorry you're exhausted. It sucks, doesn't it? Yeah. About 5 to 5:30 your time. Yeah, it's about my time. I usually it's the old old man bladder. Yeah, you are East Coast, aren't you? I try to sometimes, but it's just like, might as well get up. What are you doing? Phil. See, he's weird too, isn't he? All right, so I was reading about this one here. And if you go to that thing, it goes, the poem depicts a phantom-like form in the clouds amid a fierce storm. The poet compares the storm to the anguished cries of the sea and suggests the phantom represents a Judas Iscariot. Interesting. I guess that's why the Iscariot's in there. All right, the second one, that version was only like 2 minutes long. So, hey, quit that! Why are you licking up ashes? I don't know what. Oh, weird dog.
With fury's rampant roar, sweeps the gaunt hilltops, piles the vapors high, throw infinite distance up the tortured sky, till to one nurtured on the ocean shore.
It seems with eyes half shut to hill and moor, the anguished sea waves multitudinous cry, it changes, deepening Christ. What agony doth some doomed spirit on these wild winds outpour? At last a lull stirred by slow wafts of air, when lo, o'er dismal wastes of stormy wreck, cloud wrought an awful form and face abhorred. Thine Iscariot, smitten by mad despair, with lurid eyeball strained and writhing neck, round which is coiled a blood-red phantom cord. All day the blast, with fury's rampant roar, sweeps the gaunt hilltops, piles the vapors high, throw infinite distance up the tortured sky, till to one nurtured on the ocean shore. It seems with eyes half shut to hill and moor, the anguished sea waves multitudinous cry, it changes, deepen and cries. What agony doth some doomed spirit on these wild winds outpour? At last a lull stirred by slow wafts of air, when lo, o'er dismal waste of stormy wreck, cloud wrought an awful form and face abhorred. Thine Iscariot, smitten by mad despair, with lurid eyeballs strained and writhing neck, round which is coiled a blood-red phantom cord. Round which is coiled a blood-red phantom cord.
I don't know about you, but that was pretty freaking cool. So we got one out of today's program that I just don't have to mess with. Yeah, that does suck because I catch a little bit of sleep here, a little bit of sleep there. I take bladder control medicine and all that stuff. It's just old man bladder, getting old. But I don't know. I slept through most of the night last night. Only got up once until I got up the second time at 5 o'clock in the morning. But yesterday was busy. Did a lot of schoolwork, did a lot of this, did a lot of that. And then, of course, just watching that stuff, watching them do their thing, the LA crew documenting that stuff and going on. I just hope they don't get hurt because, all it takes is one person. One person. I don't know. May you live in interesting times. Well, we certainly are. All right, last one here. Tampa robins, as in the birds. Yeah. Actually, what helped me sleep last night is I took a couple PM pain meds for, hurting and everything. So, but I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to become dependent upon stuff. It's bad enough sometimes. I got to use that stuff. Little pizza? He's in and out. Yeah, setting cars on fire is when you lost the plot. Luckily, those cars were probably insured. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to see people get killed. Well, I was the bad guy when it came to my marriage, so I might as well be the bad guy here too. Oh yeah, I think I was the bad guy also with my ex-girlfriend. Yeah. Always the bad guy. All right, so this is weird because both of these tracks are the exact same length, 3 minutes and 47 seconds long. So, Tampa Robins by Sydney Lanier, 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 version 1. Here we go.
The robin laughed in the orange tree, oh windy north, the fig for thee. Breasts are red and wings are bold, and green trees wave us globes of gold. Time's scythe shall reap, but bliss for me, sunlight song and the orange tree.
Burn golden globes in leafy sky, my orange planet's crimson eye will shine and shoot among the spheres, like meteor that no mortal fears, and thread the heavenly orange tree with orbits bright of minstrelsy. If that I hate wild winter's spite, the gibbet trees, the world in white, the sky but gray, wind over a grave. Why should I ache, the season's slave? I'll sing from the top of the orange tree, gramercy, winter's tyranny. I'll south with the sun and keep my climb. My wing is king of the summertime. My breast to the sun his torch shall hold, and I'll call down through the green and gold. Time, take thy side, breathe bliss for me. Be sturdy under the orange tree. my climb. My wing is king of the summertime. My breast to the sun his torch shall hold, and I'll call down through the green and gold. Time, take thy side, reap bliss for me. Stir thee under the orange tree.
Yeah, it was, but Suno did it again. It started off with a female vocals and switched into the male, and instead of doing a duet, no. But yeah. Also, but when I first heard that first opening bar, bluegrass. Think about it. I don't know. The riots. Things got out of hand. Yeah. Yes, this is what I'm afraid of right here. And it's going to get worse before it gets any better, and it's going to go on for a long time. And then you're going to have some vigilantes, militias, mobs. Because don't forget, we are a very heavily armed nation. So yeah, you don't know. You never know. No one's died yet. All right, so this is going to be the last track because I got to go to school. So I just need to remind everybody, is everything we do here is under the public domain. Please hit the like and subscribe, but more importantly, y'all have an awesome day and all that jazz. Definitely be back tomorrow. Definitely be back tomorrow because, this is one of the highlights of my day usually, even as frustrating as the subscriber game could be, like we're still stuck at 446. Are we ever going to get beyond that? I don't know, because I don't want to pony up any money because it seems like that's, I don't know, to promote myself. I don't know. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's like a tourist attraction too. Reality TV. Reality TV. Live. Why be there when you can watch it on YouTube? Here we go.
The robin left in the orange tree. Oh, windy north, a fig for thee. While breasts are red and wings are bold, and green trees wave us globes of gold. Time's scythe shall reap but bliss for me, sunlight, song, and the orange tree. Burn golden globes in leafy sky, my orange planets crimson eye will shine and shoot among the spheres, live meteor that no mortal fears, and and keep my climb. My wing is king of the summertime. My breast to the sun his torch shall hold, and I'll call down through the green and gold. Time, take thy sight, read bliss for me. Best thee under the orange tree. Under the orange tree.
Now that was an interesting outro. Yeah, there's a lot I can say about this, but we'll just have to see how it all plays out. But definitely, yeah. Never thought I'd see anything like this in my lifetime. I'll see y'all tomorrow, my friends.